Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Charisma Cares Travels. I am your girl, Charisma, and I am coming to you live. Y'all, first of all, I know it's late on the East Coast. It is midnight, and yeah, it's just midnight. That's all I got. It's 7 o'clock here in the morning, and y'all, I'm gonna be honest. YouTube does not pay me enough to be up at 10 p.m. my time. 11, well, I could do 10, but like 11, 12, 1 a.m. my time to get on here. So, y'all know I'm very like random with my jumping on. I've been trying to get on for the last 2 weeks, and it's just gotten to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to get on. The time may not work for everybody, but I'm going to jump on because on the West Coast it is early. So today I want to tell all of my American people happy Thanksgiving. I hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you jumped on, let me know that you're on. I want to see who's actually up because here is in the morning, 7 a.m., as you can see. Um, so I want to see who's up. But a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you had some wonderful Black Friday sales. If you are a traveler expat, I hope you caught my video that told you 5 safety items you need to pick up during these Black Friday sales. So I kind of just want to talk about life. I feel like it's been a minute since I've had an opportunity to jump on here. I'm actually in a new location. I think last time I did a live, you all saw me in Kimi Ronko. I was in Kimi Ronko, but still Kigali in where am I, y'all? In Rwanda. So this time I have moved. I'm in another area. So pretty cool, right? Do you like this one? I like this one. It's very nice here. I'm in the middle of the city, but I still have a little, a little greenery. So if you're on, let me know. Tell me what questions you have for me in the chat, because I'm just going to answer all your questions. So as you ask me, I'll answer. So we have not celebrated Thanksgiving, y'all. For my local people, Thanksgiving for us was on Thursday. Thanksgiving is for us. Thanksgiving is basically when we get together with our family and just really fellowship and have a good time. And so here in Rwanda, there is a group of Americans, Black Americans, and we'll be celebrating today. Today, as in Saturday, because it's Saturday here. So we'll be celebrating later today. So yeah, that's a thing. So if you don't know who I am, okay, I forgot. If you don't know who I am, I'm Charisma Cares Travels. I travel the world with my son who happens to have a disability, and I do this by investing in real estate. So I have a big surprise, y'all. I'm sorry. If you need help with this, you can go to my website, charisma-cares.com. And you can see all my services about real estate, about travel, about, doing you, boo, living your life in your truest colors, how you want to live it. That's what I do. I teach you how to live, how to get off the 9 to 5, how to travel this world, and just how to do you. Because at the end of the day, you really need to take time for yourself. I take a lot of time for myself, but you need to take time for yourself. So, big news update, y'all. I guess technically I am officially moving to Rwanda. I know. I told y'all how much I didn't like Rwanda in the beginning. I was so bored. There was nothing for me to do. It's nothing for Cam to do. And I was getting out of here. Y'all, I was trying to get out of here the first week. I was like, the first 3 days, y'all, I was like, this is the longest week of my life. Oh my God. There's nothing to do, nowhere to go. Like, oh, I could not believe it. Fast forward, well, no, let's rewind. I said I was give it a month. I was like, Charisma, don't be, hasty. You have land you need to finalize. Let's give it a month. Give it a month and let's see what happens. I gave it a month, and 3 months later, I am still here in Rwanda. What I will say about Rwanda is not the country that you're coming and you're turning up. It's not the country that you're partying and you're into the traditional African vibe. It's not Africa as you know it. That's what I will say about Rwanda. Rwanda is they are trying to be something different in Africa. They are trying to be like the first world countries in a sense. So they are working in that direction. So things are a little different. You don't even really see locals wearing, and when I say locals, Rwandans, wearing traditional African clothing, like how I have on my traditional. This is not something you would see a local person wearing, which is a little interesting, right? But that's them. That's how they do things. However, what I did find was that the landscape here is amazing for business. Y'all, if you have a business idea, Rwanda is really a place to be. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't even care what your business idea is, to be quite honest with you, because they are building, they are growing, and they need everything. And this is your time to get in. This is your time to shine. This is your time to do you. My expertise is real estate, so I have projects going on that I will not divulge on here, but they are some major projects that I have going on. Um, and I don't know, there may be some life changing financial projects. But what I will say is that they need everything, y'all. Hey, Angela. Hey. So I will tell y'all, they need everything. Like, if you're that person and you're like, I have some thoughts in my mind, I have some things I've wanted to do. I want to open up a restaurant. I want to open an entertainment center. I want to open up a skating rink. Um, I mean, I want to open a winery. Like, if there is something that you're like, hey, I want to do this, I'm going to be honest, it's not a lot that I would say, hey, don't come to Rwanda and do that. I would definitely say, yeah, if you want to invest, um, I will come here. And the reasons why I would say that, right, is because one is inexpensive. You can get a shop or a property very inexpensive compared to the US. You're not paying major money. You may be able to rent like a little restaurant for $300 a month. When I say inexpensive, I really mean inexpensive, y'all. So you can rent something very inexpensive. You can hire local help. Local help is inexpensive as well. And one thing I would say about the Rwandan people, unlike some other cultures, they are very easily trainable. They pick up on skills very easily. So, it's not odd to go to a restaurant and see all locals working there, even though this is not their local cuisine, because they do pick up on those skills very easily. Um, so that is a good thing, and not even just that, even when you're looking at like, when I look at properties, and I look at the security and the house help and things of that nature. They are that's a very good thing when you have people that want to work and are willing to be trained. There is a learning curve there, but learning curve is easy to get over. So I feel like if you really want to do business, it's easy here. Yeah. Now, so the infrastructure, my understanding, is great for Africa. It's a little iffy for us. Like, it's like, ooh, whew, but it's great for Africa, and they're continuing to build. When I say infrastructure, I'm talking like the streets and the buildings and all of that, the houses. So they're continuing to build and do some major things here in Rwanda. So it makes it very easy to do a business here, which is one of the reasons why I'm staying, y'all. Just investing in the real estate here, buying property, renting property, buying land is not the easiest, but it is much, much cheaper, very much cheaper. And for that reason, you can get a lot more for your money and you can really, really build here. So, as you all know, I've been to a number of countries and there's no comparison as well as far as here. The other reason why I will be, and I'm still getting used to this living in a place. The other reason I'll be living in Rwanda is the community. Yeah, I really love the community here. And when I say the community, I don't just mean Americans. I definitely have my American group and my American friends that I love. I have some Rwandan friends. Um, I have some Sudanese friends. I'm starting to meet. I have some new South African mom group. Well, like not even, yeah, they're from not South Africa, but some are from South Africa, some are from other places. But okay, I have some new mom groups. What I find about here is you have to do community. Community is what will open up your circle and liven it up. Community is what will make you stay in Rhonda, in my opinion. I have found here that my community is like no other. I really feel at home here. And I feel like I'm good, if that makes sense. I have not always lived in places where I I felt at home. I've lived in places that were cool to visit and fun, but not really my community where I really, really feel at home. So that's been very important to me because that's one thing that I noticed about me. And you will figure this out, if you slow travel, if you travel, whatever it is that you do, you will figure out what's important to you. What I found for me is that community is very important. Like I come for, y'all know it could be anything. It could be cheap tickets, y'all. If these tickets on sale, I may come for the cheap tickets. I may come to visit something in particular. There's some different reasons I may come, but what I found is that community is what keeps me in a place. It's what helps me stay, and I think that's really important. Hold on. I think that's really important because a lot of times we're like, I want to leave, and I want to leave the United States, and we're leaving our families, we're leaving our friends, we're leaving everything that we know to go somewhere else. But it does get to me, this is my opinion, and let me know for those of you that have traveled or lived abroad. But what I have found is that it does get lonely if you don't have people and you don't have community. It doesn't matter how many things there are to do. If you don't have like friends there and people you can call on or hang out with, that gets lonely and it could get lonely very quickly. I mean, like for me at this point, I am the hangout house, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. Like people come over here, we're chilling, we're hanging out, we're watching TV, we're drinking, we're doing whatever. Like I am that place. And I love that. I really do. I love having that community where people like, and I'm in such a great location now that people can just come here. It's very easy to get to me. I'm next to everything. But it's easy for me to go places as well. I'm right in the middle. So I'm so close to everybody. I got like two parties today. Actually, I have three events I'm going to today. I had stuff yesterday. I'm trying to meet people that's coming into Rhonda, and I'm like, hey, girl, so let me see what I got available. So I got this time on this day. That's as long as you staying, you're not staying longer. It's really hard, because, and it's hard in a good way because now I'm at a point where I really have stuff to do. I'm trying to get it to the point where Cam has a lot to do. I do think that things for kids are lacking here, especially older kids. So if that's something you want to do, you want to do some kind of entertainment center or something like that, get with me so we can partner and put something here because y'all, we will make great money. But yeah, you have to realize that when you're planning and when you're talking about leaving, community is important. Unless you're, if you're an introvert, that may not be as important to you. Me being an extrovert, that's important to me. I need people. I need hangout people. I need, let's go to this park. Let's go to this museum. Let's do this, that, and the other people. I do need my people. So it depends on what's important to you. But for me, I found that to be very important. I'm even going to put my son in school here. If you caught the video, it was some shorts. He did some what am I trying to say? He did school for a month here. So I am planning on putting him back in school here. School ends early, so it's just about over. I think it's just about over now. Yeah. So school ends early here. I think it's over like the first week of December. So yeah, I think next week they do exams and they're pretty much done. Yeah, something like that. So, so we'll do that too. They'll get in school and we'll do that. And it's a lot here. And you have to find your place. And for me, I don't know, like, who would think that my place would be all the way in Africa? Like, I've been to so many places that are closer, and it's very interesting to me that I feel so at ease. And I would have to say at ease is the word for it. So very at ease here. I feel very comfortable here. I feel very happy here. It's just very easy. So that will also allow me the opportunity. Um, that will also allow me the opportunity to explore a continent. Because while I'm here, that's what I'll be doing. So next month, I'm actually going to go over to Kenya for a month. One of my friends is meeting me out there. Hey, girl, hey, if you're on here, she's going to meet me over in Kenya. So we're going to do Nairobi. We're going to go on safari, and then we're going to go over to the coast, Diani and Mombasa. And y'all, I'm really thinking about, detouring over to Tanzania before I come back, but we'll see. So that's the other thing, so that, you got to look for that. Um, let's see what else is going on. What questions do you have for me? Because y'all know I can talk and I can ramble, but I want to know what questions you have for me. This is probably not my really deep convo. This is more like I'm gonna get on here, give y'all an update, answer any questions you may have for me, anything at all. Um, let's see. I don't know. I don't know. What is it that you want to know? I mean, I'm in Africa. I'm in Rwanda. I'm doing business here in the continent. Some big things are happening, and after they happen, I will let y'all know. I can't be divulging my plans to the whole world before they happen. But I will let you all know. And so I think that starting December 1st, I am going to do like a video dump every day, and I'm going to start releasing videos from all over my travels. So I think that will be really awesome for you all because you'll get a little Costa Rica, Panama, a little Colombia, a little DR, a little Mexico, a little Africa, a little Rwanda. I'm trying to do better with that. We talk about Africa as if it's a country when it's really a whole continent. So I am gonna start dropping videos for you so you can kind of see some different places because I think it's important that y'all see some of these different places because I know you're trying to decide where do I go, where do I want to go, what do I want to do. So I want you to see some of that stuff that they don't really show y'all. They don't show y'all that part. So I'm gonna start dropping some of those videos. But who is on here? Because I see y'all. I know y'all here, but y'all haven't said anything. So, who is on here? And let me know what's on your mind and what's going on with you. Where are you in this world? Are you still in the States? Are you somewhere else? Are you planning on going somewhere else? What are we talking about today? I need some interaction. What is really going on? Um, so yeah, I need to know. Let's see what else. What else is going on here? I think that's my life here. My life is it's pretty good. I'm pretty content. I'm always thinking of something on a philosophical level. It's very interesting because coming to Africa was like 3, 4 years in the making for me, y'all. People like to think that you just one day get up and go, but it really was like I literally tried to come to Africa three. My daughter will be 21. 3 years ago, I tried coming to Africa, and y'all, I was stopped dead in my foot tracks, in my tracks. Y'all, that's when I ended up having I was having anxiety, but they thought it was something with my heart and all of this kind of stuff. Everything ended up fine, but I was stopped dead in my tracks from coming to Africa, which is like I have told y'all how I made my detour to go to Panama. But I truly, I had dated this guy in the Dominican Republic. He was Nigerian, and he had told me that he was Nigerian, like fresh from Nigeria, not like Nigerian, like, oh, I've been here for years, like fresh from Nigeria. And one thing he had told me was that this living in the DR was helping me and preparing me to live in Africa because y'all, the DR was rough, y'all. It was the first time that I did not have water that I could drink. The water came out of the big water bottle. Um, when I first got there, I had an apartment where the water came out the refrigerator. And then it stopped coming out. So I called the lady and I was like, the water doesn't work. And she's like, oh, you need to get some more water. And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, well, you have to buy some more water. And I was like, I don't understand what you mean. I have to buy some more water. I was like, this may be a difference because we're from different places. But where I come from, the water just comes out. So what exactly do you mean that I have to buy some more water? The water is supposed to come out of the wall. Like, I don't know the water to come from anywhere else. And she was like, oh, open the cabinets. And I opened the cabinets and the connections were in two big bottles. And that's where the water was coming from. And that was the first time, that was my first experience with you got to buy these big bottles of water to live off of them. Um, so that was my first experience. Hey there, Monique. And then the other thing, gas. So again, gas comes from the wall, right? Like you turn it on and it's there. But when you're overseas, a lot of these places, gas comes from a big like gas cylinder, and you have to like turn on the gas cylinder, and then when the gas runs out, you have to get a refill on gas. Y'all, I had no idea what this shit even existed, right? So again, in Dominican Republic, I was dating a guy at the time, and he was able to help me. Because y'all, I don't know what I would have done. Because I was like, the stove isn't working. How the hell does the stove not work? Why is the stove not working, y'all? I was going off. I was mad. I was like, the stove is broken. Da 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 da. He was like, no, Charisma, it needs more gas. And I'm like, the hell you mean needs more gas? Like, has gas. Like the gas just comes out and there's gas. It's like, let there be light. There's like there's gas. I don't understand what you mean. It needs more gas. So that was another thing like I had to get used to. What was something else? Oh, So when you go to take a shower, you have to turn on the hot water, not like turn on from the faucet, turn on from the wall. There's a button you press to turn the hot water on. And then after you press the button, you're supposed to wait. Like sometimes you may have a place where you wait like 5 minutes. Sometimes you have a place where you wait like 25 minutes. Y'all, I had no idea what the hell that button was for. I just assumed these people didn't have hot water. Yes, Cam. The socket fell. Okay. I just assumed these people just didn't have hot water. I had no idea that this was a thing. You're supposed to press this button. So you could imagine my Airbnb hosts were really pissed off at me because I was like, the hot water doesn't work. I don't know why the hot water doesn't work. I pay for hot water. And they're like, look on the wall, there's a red button. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, so and then also in the DR, people, oh my goodness, people will run you down to sell to you. Like, and these and it got so bad what that I lived in the DR, y'all. I will walk these same streets every day. Maybe if you didn't notice me, but when it's me and Cam, you notice us, right? I will walk these same damn streets every day. And every day they would try to sell me the same shit. Like, why are you still trying to sell me this? Why? Why? I live here. I don't want it. You know I'm not gonna pay for it. It's overpriced. Why are you flagging me down? If I'm walking, why are you flagging me down to park? What the hell am I parking? I'm not in the car. Why are you flagging me down to park? Why are you flagging me down? Why are you trying to charge me that amount for fruit? You know damn well I'm not gonna pay that amount for fruit because you and I both know you marked that fruit up for four times the price. Like, I'm not paying that. But you see me every damn day. So why do you act like I'm brand new? Why do you act like you don't see me every day? And y'all, this irritated my soul. I'm just gonna be very honest. This really irritated my soul. Like, I was so aggravated with haggling and telling people to leave me alone and this and that. And, I don't know if you all have been to DR outside of the resorts because life in the Dominican Republic outside of the resorts is different. DR is actually pretty poor. Santo Domingo is amazing, whole huge city. But like even when you go to Punta Cana, like I lived in Punta Cana for a while, and even when excuse me, even when I lived in Punta Cana, it was very poor. There are places that they take you from the resort to go where you're going. But they make, I mean, I think a salary of $100 to $150 a month. And these are the people working in these resorts. So Punta Cana is extremely, extreme. Dominican Republic is extremely poor. So these are things that you learn to work within. Of course, I lived in a condo with a pool and everything, but and on my street. But outside of that, when you walked outside of the expat area, yeah, it was. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. But these are the things that prepared me to come to Africa. Hey, 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 how are you? And I'm not saying everybody needs to be prepared to come to Africa. Y'all, the first time I left the States, y'all, I forgot so much stuff I really needed. I'm glad I hadn't come to Africa. After several trips of leaving and after several living several places, I now know what it is that I need. It's very rare that there's stuff that I need. The thing about, I'm not going to say Africa, about Rwanda, that's a little different, is that there's some stuff that you're just not going to find here. If you're spiritual, you're not finding none of your spiritual anything, not even sage. I'm like, y'all don't have sage? Y'all don't know what it is. Do you have the sage plant? I can hang it upside down and let it dry. Do you have that? Do you have the panto wood? Can I find a wood stick and cut it down? Like, it's just, you're not finding none of that spiritual stuff. Your hair care, you may find Cantu hair care. You'll find Dove. You're not gonna find a whole lot of hair care stuff here, y'all. These edges, the edge gel, no edge gel anywhere. How you live without edge gel? I don't know. How do they live without edge gel? So it's stuff like that that you're not finding that you bring with you. But when it comes to the essentials of what you should pack, oh, I got that down packed. Now, when I went to Panama, y'all, it was so much stuff I ain't have. It was so much stuff that I left. You want to make, it's just little things. I want to take my medications. My friend is like, you have a whole pharmacy. I know I have a whole what if. What if A, then B? What if B, then C? So that's what I have. I have a lot of that, and I have packed a lot of that. I think I have a video on that. I'll bump it in case you need to see it to know what you should pack. Or I should probably do an updated video on that. So y'all do know what to pack because there's a lot of stuff that you end up leaving that, girl, I'm telling you, you need. But it's that preparation. So I want you to know you may have that big place in mind. You may say, I'm going to move to Portugal. I'm going to move to Ghana. I'm going to move to France, but it's okay to do little moves first. It is perfectly okay to test the waters in Mexico. It's perfectly okay to test the waters in Colombia, because these places are close to home and shit. If you don't like it, you get on a flight, go back home. It's not that expensive. You ain't never gonna find a flight that's super expensive from Colombia or from Mexico. So, girl, go ahead. It's cool to go out there and test the waters. The thing is, we don't have to compare ourselves to anybody else because we doing shit that everybody else ain't doing anyway. Everything that you do is stuff that's nobody. How many of your friends are doing what you're doing? How many of your friends are even considering doing what you're doing? Actually, let's change that around. How many of your friends or family think that you crazy for thinking about doing what you're gonna do? So you can go wherever and you can test those borders and you can see how that goes and see how you like it. There is no playbook for this. There is no do this, then that. Get this, then get that. No. You go, you check it out, you test the waters. Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, I have never done a scouting trip. I was like, scouting trip? What the hell is a scouting trip? Where people like they go and they go, they see how they like it, get a feel for the place, maybe find a place to stay, and then the birds are out. The birds are out. And then from there, they determine where they want to be. If they want to be there, then they come back later and they may do multiple scouting trips. Child, please. Flights are too expensive for that. Y'all know I traveled with me and my son. And when I first started, not first started, but some of the countries I traveled with me, my son, and my daughter. Y'all ain't got time for that. We're gonna get this one-way ticket and we're gonna go to this country and we're gonna make it do what it do. If we like it, we stay. If we don't like it, we get another one-way ticket and we get up out of here. I don't really have I can't be paying $1,000 to go. Yeah, at this point, my travel is cheap. So I'm not paying $1,000 to go look at your country for 2 weeks. When I pay my $1,000, I need to be in your country for a month. That is my scouting trip. I try to do a minimum of a month. And the reason why is I feel I have learned, because at first I was doing a little 2 weeks. But what I have learned is it takes me about a month to get comfortable, get the lay of the land, and at least meet someone that can really show me around. I feel like before a month, and this is just me, I'm not saying that this is necessarily you. If you want to work with me and make an appointment and we go through this, that's fine. If you like, girl, let me just watch these videos, that's good too. But this is for me. And what I have found, like when I do 2 weeks, I'm just a tourist in 2 weeks. I can't really get to know anyone. I can't get the lay of the land. I can't figure out why this place is truly special in 2 weeks. I can come with an itinerary and do what it do. I could check off some boxes if that, because there's some places you don't want to live there, honey. You just need to go do this, and this, and get up out of there. But um, typically find that a month is good for me to get the lay of the land. Like a month allows me to be able to walk around, know where I'm going, get around. A month allows me to be able to meet some different people, say some hellos, have a favorite coffee shop. I don't like going places where I gotta do boom, 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 boom. We did this. I like going places. We may do two big activities a week if we're only going to stay a month, maybe one activity a week. So you have to know what that looks like for you, like what's comfortable for you. You know, don't worry about what other people may think or how that may go. And if you need to do a scouting trip, if that works for you, then do a scouting trip. Do this however it is you feel like is comfortable for you, however this meets your needs, because at the end of the day, this is your life, and this is what you're doing to give yourself what you need, what you have been lacking. um you know um During this, I've had this transformation, and in my transformation, I feel like I'm a queen in my own right, and coming living abroad allows you to do that. It allows you to live as you should. The traffic is getting started, y'all. It's early. But it allows you to live as you should in the way that you feel like you should. My life does consist of a lot of help at this point. I have a driver that picks me up, opens doors, does all of that. I have a nanny. She cooks, she cleans. I'm like, ooh, this house need cleaning. I do a little bit of sweeping. And it can't need but so much cleaning, y'all, because she clean like every day or every other day. But I do a little bit of sweeping. But y'all, them dishes and that sink should be here tomorrow. I, yeah, I don't do no dishes. Mm-mm. I don't do no dishes unless I need a glass. She'll be here tomorrow. Washing clothes. First of all, they don't have no wash machines. I don't know how to wash my clothes by hand. I don't do no washing of clothes. I don't do folding laundry. After she hangs it out, if she not here the next day, that laundry just stays there. That somebody she puts it out, somebody else takes it down. I ain't doing that. Like that's just not my lifestyle anymore. I'm not doing anything that I don't want to do, and I'm not doing anything that I consider to be hard. Because I don't have to. And what I want you to know is you don't have to. You don't. You really don't have to. In the States, they make us believe that this is everyday life, but y'all, it's just in the States. Even in Mexico, I had a nanny there too. They would do the dishes and stuff. It's only in the States, y'all, that they make us feel like we got to be superwoman. We gotta, it's this photo that I posted. Let me see. I'm gonna show it to you. Because I posted it on my Facebook, and I'm like, y'all, I'm not about that life no more. I'm not about that struggle, tired life. Y'all, that's some bull. I'm not about that working hard life. I'm really at this point about working smarter, not hard. I'm gonna be honest. I've been at the smarter, not harder for a very last long time. Hey, girl. Hey, hey, hey. Let me see. I'm gonna share this. Where y'all at? Because I know it's like on the East Coast. I know it's hella late. Uh, but here is morning time. I don't know what time it is. It's probably like almost 8 o'clock. I'm gonna share this with you. So this is a photo. Can you? Oh, hold on. Let me add it back up. Okay. This is the photo that I shared. Um, Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. So this is the photo that I shared. I'm gonna take this off on my Facebook. And it's 11:45 in Texas. Oh wow. Okay. So this photo spoke volumes to me, right? And let me know where. Tell me what this says to you, because I want you to tell me what it says to you before I tell you what it says to me. Let me make it bigger. That didn't necessarily, because to me, this spoke volumes. Like this mom sitting here with this glass. I'm not gonna say mom, this woman, because I want you to interpret it. Sitting here with this glass of wine. You know, you got the bottle here. You got the laptop. You got the father, the man with the thong. You got the frying pan. You got hands here. You got the comb, the brush, the broom, the baby. Oh, you just got back from Mexico. Cool. I love Mexico City. We almost moved to Mexico City. I absolutely love it there. Um, but tell me, what do you see in this picture, right? Um, So why you telling me what you see in this picture? This picture spoke volumes to me. I'm gonna tell you, it really did. And the reason why is because I have been, in my interpretation, this mom. I have been this mom that y'all, I just need a damn break. I need a break from all of this stuff over here. I need a break from it. Give me a glass of wine, a glass of champagne, and let me sit in this room without you. Let me sit behind these closed doors without you. I need time to not be mommy, nurse, hairdresser, cook, wife, girlfriend, um, businesswoman. I need time not to do this. And initially, it was a small amount of time that I needed not to do this, but it has elevated into I don't never need to do all of this. I do this when I want to. Of course, I'm always mom, right? But this other stuff, let me find somebody to do the cleaning. Let me find somebody to do the hair. Let me find somebody to do the cooking. Now, I ain't gonna find nobody to satisfy my man, y'all, because no, we ain't about that life. But if you're about that life, that's good. Let me find somebody to help with the baby. I'm gonna take care of my business. I'm gonna take care of my business, but some of this stuff I don't have to do. I really don't. Why do I have to be superwoman and do all of this? I don't have to do all of this. I don't. There is nowhere that says that I really need to take on the role of all of these things that I can delegate. Yes, my life is delegatable. I don't even know if that's a word, y'all. But my life is capable of being delegated so that I'm doing the things that I need to do and I'm not doing the things that I can delegate out. And when you're overseas, I'm not going to say just Africa. Y'all don't necessarily have to come to Africa. You can go to any of these countries, Panama, Costa Rica, you can go to Peru, whatever. You can go to any of these countries. You can go to Europe and you can get house help and it's inexpensive. You can get people to do this. You don't have to live this life. Y'all don't have to do this. You don't have to live this hard life. Now, if this is something you like to do, some people like to cook and clean and this and that. That if that's something you like to do, do you and enjoy it. But what I want to stress is that enjoy your life. This should be enjoyable to you. You really shouldn't be at this point in your life. You shouldn't be doing a whole bunch of stuff you don't want to do. You don't like to do. Set your life up so that you don't have to do it. You may have to make a plan because, like I said, I had to make a plan. My, I had already planned to leave the states before COVID. Um, it was always the plan that once my daughter graduated and got settled in college, that I would leave. So, it just happened to be around COVID, but it wasn't like, hey, I can't believe you're leaving. People already knew that I was planning to leave. So, how I would execute it was the thing because I was still working as a nurse practitioner, seeing patients. Um, Kids were still in school. So I hadn't figured out how I would execute it. But with COVID, that was the push that I needed. That's when my daughter graduated. So I figured out how to execute it. And it's funny because when I return home, these roles in this picture pick right back up. And I'm like, ooh, I don't want to do this. But y'all, it's so expensive to get this kind of help in the States. So it's very, very interesting. Um, Life is very interesting. And it is what it is. You do how you got to do it until you can get what you want and what you need. So, I definitely don't kick anybody's hustle because, yeah, I did. That was definitely me. I worked and I saved my money. I saved. I still have a good savings. Save, y'all. I'm not a name brand person. I don't have to have all those purses. I don't have to have a new car. I will save my money and get up out of there. I will be on a vacation now. Vacation, y'all. Oh, I will always be on somebody's vacation. I was always known to go on vacation. I don't know what I'm doing over here. So, hey, we got some new people on. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions for me. I'm happy to do a Q&A and answer any questions you may have. So let me know if there are any questions out there. I'm just kind of giving you an update of life here, and how things are going. So let me know. Um, Yashika, did I say that right? Just got back from CDMX, which is Mexico City. If you don't know where that is, I love, love, love Mexico City. If you have not been, go. Mexico City is not what they make it out to be, y'all. When they talk about Mexico City, you would think, damn, Mexico City is like the Wild Wild West. Let me know if it's too loud. My neighbor's cleaning his porch next door. But yeah, you would think what Mexico City is like the Wild Wild West with the cartel, honey. If you ain't got no business with the cartel ain't got no business with you. I don't even know who the cartel was, and I went up and down those Mexico streets, and I enjoyed it. They have so much stuff there to do. And when I went to Mexico straight from New York City. I was staying in New York for a couple of weeks visiting my family. And y'all, going from Mexico City to New York City was so from New York City to Mexico City was so easy because it just really felt like I left one and went to the other. The difference between Mexico City and New York City was the language. They spoke a different language. Um, Also, the people were a little nicer in Mexico, a little more. I don't want to say nicer. New Yorkers aren't mean. I was born in New York, and my family's New Yorkers. So they're not mean. They're just a lot more curt. um, in Mexico City, they're pretty nice, and they'll talk to you and invite you places. But it was the same. Like there were shows to go to all the time. There were parades. There in every mall is a whole damn amusement center in the mall. Every mall has a whole amusement center. It's crazy. You could go there. You just go to the mall for the amusement center. They had great state of the art movie theaters. We went Dia de Muertos, so Day of the Dead. So we did those festivals. That was really, really fun. Also, they have the largest Latin American mall. We never made it to the mall, but they do have the largest Latin American mall. Well, the largest mall in Latin America. Let me see what else. They have some amazing things. They have Starbucks literally on every corner. Not like just on every corner, on each corner of the corners. Like if there's four corners, they literally have Starbucks on each corner. It was just so much to do in Mexico City. I absolutely adored it. We had went back to get our visa, and that's when I ended up getting hurt after I left Mexico City. So that's really the only reason that we ended up not staying in Mexico City, because when I left back out, I was like, you know what? It's time to go to New York. Not New York. It's time to go to Africa. But Mexico City is a whole vibe. So I enjoyed it. Like she said, I'm not a city girl. I went to obtain my temporary residency. My daughter and I are beach people. We enjoyed it. Some people will go and live on the beach, maybe on the east or the west, go to Yucatan Peninsula, or they'll go to the other side. I can't remember Puerto Vallarta and all of that. But then they use Mexico City as a place to visit, to get to the city, do some different things. But I enjoyed it. Outside of the elevation and the smog, those two things tried to kill me: the elevation and the smog. And in August they have earthquakes, so I had to get out of there before I knew I was going to leave August. Um, so yes, congratulations to your temporary residency. Woo-hoo. I love it. I love that. We are doing things, and she went with her daughter, so that is absolutely amazing. Educator says, which country has the best health care? Ooh, girl, that's a loaded question. What countries do you want to go to? That's really the question. The Europe has good healthcare, and just in general as a continent. When a lot of our standards in the U.S. are compared to European standards when it comes to medications and safety and healthcare and things like that. But I think that's a loaded question. I think that more importantly, when you're looking at a country, I don't know about your healthcare in Ghana. A lot of, I don't know, Africa isn't at the top of the list for healthcare. That doesn't mean that none of these countries have good healthcare. But as far as their medical, where they are in the medical world, they're not necessarily going to be where we are in the US or where we are in Europe. So for me, I'm sorry, I'm yawning, y'all. I'm like, oh, I may have to take a nap after this. Cam, Cam, not so loud. So for me, even living in Africa, major things, I'll still go back to the US. I will still go to the US for my son to see his doctors. And if he had any major surgery, I would still go back to the US. That's just my comfort zone. I'm not saying they can't do it, but I personally would go back to the US for that. For your everyday health care, the clinics, they have the hospital. I normally like to find out where the expats go to the hospital, um, because that, normally there's a level of care at the expat hospital, care, cleanliness, and, of course, your price is going to skyrocket, right? So I do keep health insurance for this reason. I'll post the health insurance that I have. Oh, my particular health insurance is they pay you back. I think you can do it so that they pay up front, because you do get a card. I think it's a United Healthcare. I think it's United. I think it's United Healthcare, but you do get a card with it. So I post that link in the description. But when it comes to anything major, I'm personally going back to the states, and I think that unless it's medical tourism, I think that that is typically the case for most people. I'm not sure. I don't want to speak on everybody, but I think going back to the states for your big health care. Your local clinics are there, your hospital if you have an emergency. I mean, you can still do dental. I did my cleaning and had some dental work in Dominican Republic. It wasn't like planned. It was like, oops, this messed up. So can you fix this? Um, so, I mean, your third world countries, of course, are going to have the poorest healthcare, but really look and see what expat hospitals are around. That's what's going to make a difference. I know in Panama has the best children's hospital in Latin America. Let me see. Mexico actually had a Shriners Hospital. So you just got to do some research and a little bit of digging. I always tell people get into these Facebook groups and ask those questions. If you have a certain health condition, get into a Facebook group and ask, does anybody have this and how do you manage it? Who do you see to manage it? not necessarily how do you manage it. Again, community and building those lines of communication are going to be very important when you travel abroad and you live abroad, because these are the people that's going to tell you the ins and the outs and save you some heartache. So you're not going to the wrong places. So make sure you get into those groups, and then make sure you get into those WhatsApp groups that come up from those Facebook groups. Because a lot of what we do is WhatsApp at this point. There's a lot of communication overseas is WhatsApp. Let's see. Any other questions for me? Because y'all, I'm getting sleepy now. It's morning time here, but I think I just be waking up too early. So then I get sleepy and I end up taking another nap. So I've been on here for almost an hour. So I think it's about time for me to take my nap because I got like 3 events today. I'm going to volunteer with the Special Olympics. And then I have 2 Thanksgiving events because we didn't do Thanksgiving on Thursday because Thursday is a normal day here. So it's some stuff going on. Yeah, some stuff going on. So let me know if you have any other questions, so I can answer those. But I just want to encourage you to just, well, you can still put questions, but I just want to encourage you to live out your dreams, whatever that is, even if you don't know what that is. It's okay if you don't know. It's okay to find out what those dreams are. It's okay to pick through things and decide, okay, I don't like this. I like that. I don't like this. I don't like that. It's very much okay for you to do that. It's very much okay for you to decide this is what I want, even if other people don't like it. Don't let them throw fear into your world. Don't let them make you think that the US is the only possible place to live, that there's no other amazing places out here, because there really are. There's some amazing places I haven't been either. So, what I want to encourage you to do is look into these places, find out more. If you want to work with me, that's fine. If you don't, you want to do some research, do that too. Well, I would encourage you research anyway. But start making that plan to live out your dreams, however that looks for you. Don't let people stifle your dreams, because your dreams are not their dreams. Some people are completely fine with working in their 9 to 5, having their house, their car, and their white picket fence, and following those rules to 65 when they either retire or die, basically. So it's okay for you to decide, hey, that's not the trajectory that I want my life to go in. That I want more for my life. That I want something greater. That I want something bigger. That this just isn't enough for me. There is something else out there, even if you don't know what that something else is. So I just want to encourage you to follow your dreams and do what it is that you want to do. Nothing that you want to do is too big. You can break it all down into baby steps. Nothing is too big. Break it down, divide it up, conquer it. Make that plan and conquer it. If you need help, I'm here. Charisma-cares.com. We can make an appointment, but divide and conquer. Okay. So I'm so glad to give y'all this update. I'm sorry it's so late. That's just the way my world works now. But like I said, I'm gonna be doing some video bombing. So I'm gonna start throwing out some videos for you all over, play all different places I've been. And I'm gonna start that in December. So look for that. And I don't know, if I don't talk to you before I get to Kenya, I will see you all in Kenya. Maybe I'll talk to you again here before I leave. I already decorated for Christmas, y'all. I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, the American lives here. Definitely have a wonderful night, a wonderful morning, and thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ciao.